Hi, this is a tutorial for standing or samastitihi. So you're probably thinking, oh, yoga, we're just standing straight. Why do I need to look at a tutorial for it? Well, the thing is that standing up in yoga, samastitihi, is actually a posture rather than just how you would normally stand in your daily life. So you actually want to be thinking about engaging quite a lot of your muscles and standing in a particular way that helps you grow longer, that helps you energize your body. So the most important thing and the first thing to start off with is your base. In every posture, you should always start with the base, where your body touches the ground, growing those roots, encouraging that foundation. So in standing posture samastiti, it really depends on your hip formation, where you feel comfortable. The best place to start is having your feet at hips distance apart. Some people feel more comfortable with their feet together. Some people feel more comfortable with their feet slightly apart. And again, the direction of your toes depends on your hip formation. For some people, it's better to have their toes turned out. That's because that's the way their hips are formed, their knees turn out. Or some people have their feet turned in. Whichever way your feet are, start off with them central and then play with direction of your toes. Look at your knees, and your knees should bend in the same direction as where your toes are pointing. That's a general rule. So once you've found your comfortable foot distance between your feet, we want to think about engaging those feet into the earth. So they're not simply resting on the earth, they're actually moving into the earth, they're becoming part of the earth. So as you're standing here, lift your toes up off the ground, and then one toe at a time with your motor neuron control. Don't be afraid if you don't get it first time, it's a lot of practice. But one toe at a time, push them down into the mat and push them down enough that they start to become a bit mottled, they're maybe a little white, a little red, so that you're pushing your energy, pushing yourself into the earth like you're growing roots, like a tree. That is the idea. We want to be like a tree, which is also why samastitihi is often called palm tree pose. And now looking down at your feet, can you feel how they feel so much more stable, much more solid? And if you suddenly relax those toes, look at what your ankles do. So again, depending on your bone formation, they might fall outwards, they might fall inwards. If you're one of those lucky people, maybe they might stay completely straight. But the idea here is that by forcing our toes into the earth, if you push them down in again, you can see that your ankles will come up nice and straight. We're actually engaging the arches of our foot, which is like the palms of our hands when we're doing chaturanga. It's helping to protect those joints and to make them more stable. So by pushing your toes down into the earth, you're helping your ankles, you're forming a solid base, a solid foundation for your legs and your body. So now moving up your legs, your muscles aren't necessarily engaged or contracting, but you should be aware of them. You should feel what's going on. And this again is all part of yoga, is knowing what's going on in your body. So the muscles coming up in your legs, aware, not necessarily contracted. And then the second stage is to think about your tailbone. Again, it depends on how your back, your spine is built. Some people naturally are quite sway back. Some people have a naturally straight spine. Some people bend to the left, some people bend to the right. Really depends. But ideally, when you're coming into samastitihi, you want to have a nice, long, straight spine. So the first thing to think about is making sure that your bum isn't sticking out or your shoulders aren't leaning forward. You want to bring those shoulders back, tuck that tailbone under, pulling the belly in slightly so you've got a nice long spine. As you tuck that tailbone under, you will automatically bring your pubic bone forward, start engaging your pubic floor and also your core, your abdominals. So if you poke your fingers in there, you can feel there's a slight resistance, which means automatically you're working on getting better abs. So after that, we want to move up. Got a nice long spine, tailbone tucked under. We'll take a deep inhale to lengthen that spine because we want the chest to be nice and open. So the shoulders come up. As you exhale, you roll them round and down, and you don't hold them back. It's not about sticking your chest out. It's about having your chest open. So naturally we'll open, and as you relax your shoulders, they will sink down into the ideal position for your body, and you'll feel that your chest will naturally be moving forward, be moving open, And then you can think about bringing your shoulders so that they're directly over your hips. So now we've got a nice long torso, a nice long spine. We're going to continue up into the neck, into the head. And because a lot of us work at computers or work at desks, we're not aware of it and we don't intentionally do it, but we have a natural tendency for the head to lean forward. And this is because we spend a lot of our time looking at a screen. So our chin will come forward, and when we're in yoga, we want to push that chin back and bring our ears over our shoulders. So now you can feel there's that wonderful length going all the way up your spine, reaching into the back of your skull to the crown of your head and pulling you upwards with every inhale. You want to hold all of this in, and as you relax, as you exhale, bring your arms to either side, nice and long, almost like you want to be pulling your fingers gently towards the earth, hands open, fingers spread, feeling the energy, the air around you. Take a nice deep inhale in and feel the strength of this posture. Feel how so much of your body is engaged, so much of you is already working, but you can feel how energizing it is. And as you exhale, release that tension, anything you don't want. And now you're ready to start your flow. So that is how to do Samastitihi in yoga. That is what we're looking for in a standing position. I hope you found this tutorial helpful, and maybe you should check out some others. And I'll see you soon. Bye.